I think yes. I mean, as I said, there are 4 centers. The studio kind of a work will happen in London, and 5G related work will happen out of lab in Dallas, and the rest of the work will happen in Pune and Hyderabad. So these global delivery centers.
Thank you.
We also have a physical booth outside for the press, so you can experience the zones and also have questions side by side. We would now request our chief guest.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Siddharth from the Daily Pioneer. So my question is, the whole metaverse thing, how will it, affect or benefit a common Tech Mahindra employee who's in a tier 2 or a tier 3 city of India? Will it benefit them or will it affect them in what way?
I think it's a great question. I think, firstly, let me applaud you for that question, because I think people have been talking about metaverse, but you're the only one who's talked about the tier 2 and tier 3 city. I think it's bringing them closer, number one. Connectivity is one part that we have always been saying, but collaboration and cooperation would actually bring in more from tier 2 and tier 3 cities, number one. Number two, we'll also see use cases may emerge from these tier 2, tier 3 cities, which may be built in into metaverse, which we are possibly seeing in the urban sector, but they may come up from the tier 2, tier 3 cities. Number three, you would see meta workplaces may bear up, right? And that's what we are hoping, because we are talking about COVID as being the biggest driving force of how metaverse has been. Well, people can go onto those workplaces from tier 2 and tier 3. And number four is content in language. We've got 1645 dialects in India and 28 mother tongues. I think somewhere or the other, these tier 2, tier 3 cities would be the progenitors of those content pieces that we want to drive in metaverse. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So they're about to ask me to speak. I have to speak next.
Yes, yes. If I can invite Jayesh Karu to please address the audience now.
Thank you. Respected Mr. Gurnani, Mr. Nikhil Malhotra, Mr. Rajesh Tuddu, Mr. Manish Vyas, Mr. S.G.K. Kishore, my colleague Rama Devi Garu, all the senior colleagues from Tech Mahindra, members of the media. First of all, I would like to convey the greetings of Honorable Minister, Mr. K.T. Ramarao Garu, who unfortunately could not be here. Actually, today morning we were together in this area only, and we were discussing about this event. But at 11 o'clock, he got a call that Honorable Chief Minister has kept a budget meeting at 2 o'clock with all the ministers. So, unfortunately, he had to leave. But I'm sure had he been here, he would have been extremely delighted, because he is one person who has been pushing us that we should encourage companies to dabble with emerging technologies as much as possible, and government should be a very strong partner to all these companies. So today is yet another occasion when a very important technology, a very, very latest technology. We have just seen it rolling out just a few months ago. And the fact that Tech Mahindra is taking the early mover advantage is very encouraging. In fact, Tech Mahindra, as we all know, has been very progressive in these matters, and to take that leadership in metaverse is also equally path-breaking and very, very appreciable. We have very good experiences of collaborating with Tech Mahindra. In fact, I remember 5 years ago when we started looking at blockchain, and we felt that we should create a blockchain ecosystem which must be anchored by a very strong industry partner. Our, all information that we gathered in the market pointed us to Tech Mahindra. Everyone told us that there is no one else which has a deeper blockchain practice than Tech Mahindra. And we all know Rajesh has been working with us since those days, that we created the blockchain district. We started amazing blockchain products. Tech Mahindra also created T-Block, a blockchain accelerator, created some physical space for blockchain startups to be here. And the culmination of all our work was a very successful demonstration of remote voting, e-voting, in which again the security of the vote was based using a blockchain platform. So I'm very sure that all the great work, the great experience of collaborating and working together that we have developed on blockchain we'll be able to replicate it in the areas of metaverse also. As everyone else has pointed out, I also see tremendous possibilities of metaverse, which will be of relevance to the government as well. In fact, skilling is one area where I really feel, particularly when you look at the new generation kind of skills that the world will require, and the kind of circumstances that we are going through, metaverse will be a very good opportunity for transmitting those skilling kind of programs. But of course, there are other very good use cases also. The banking use case, see, any use case where the customer experience can be elevated using technology will be an ideal use case for metaverse. So there are many possibilities, many opportunities. And as we have done for blockchain, if there is any use case in which we see that it will have a direct impact in the lives of the common persons, we'll be very happy to kind of partner. I would also like to give a couple of suggestions from my side to the metaverse team. See, I mean, it's a nice coincidence that we are meeting today. We are launching TechMverse. But just about 10 days ago, we also, Ramadevi is here, my other colleague Minal is here. We took an important decision. In fact, we are ready with our space tech framework. And we decided that because it is a space tech framework, we should launch it in metaverse rather than doing an actual event. We have even chosen the date, 18th, isn't it? 18th April? Yeah. So I mean, we were not really aware till few days ago when you told us about this event that you also have your own platform. So we started asking some startups. We know that there are a couple of startups who have acquired some proficiency in metaverse. In fact, there is a Hyderabad-based startup which actually did a music concert of Daler Mehndi as a part of this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So we contacted them, and when we were talking to them and when we were discussing with them, they told us that the biggest challenge for a startup is to create that infrastructure. So if you can offer infrastructure as a service, I mean, you can also spawn lots of innovation in the worlds of metaverse, because startups are finding it very challenging and very costly also, as a matter of fact, to create that infrastructure. So infrastructure as a service can be a very good offering to promote innovation and spread the culture of metaverse around. The other is, of course, skilling. We have been working together on blockchain skills, etc. And now that Mahindra University itself is right in our backyard, we would expect more and more skilling programs, because we do have a very good culture of animation studios, gaming, VFX, lots of skill development programs in these areas happen. But metaverse is a couple of notches above, couple of notches beyond. So we should also look at running some good skill programs. Some of your staff members who are actually into the metaverse practice, if they can become the master trainers and create a pool of trainers, we will be very happy to collaborate. The animation VFX industry has many training institutions in Hyderabad. If they have interest in it, we'll ask some of them to upgrade their existing centers to teach metaverse as well. But these two areas of providing infrastructure as a metaverse infrastructure as a service and supporting and creating skills, these two will become truly defining. And when Mr. Gurnani mentioned that Hyderabad can become the center for metaverse in this country, if all these things are handled comprehensively, I have no doubt at all that it will. But nevertheless, I'm extremely delighted that we are launching TechMverse from Hyderabad. As Mr. Gurnani pointed out, it will lead to creation of new jobs, it will lead to creation of more business to that state, more value addition to the state, and definitely in days to come, I'm very confident that some absolutely user-friendly use cases will come out, and Tech Mahindra will continue to amaze us, marvel us as always. So congratulations once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jayesh Karu. Those were very insightful recommendations. I would now request our dignitaries and media friends present in the auditorium to please proceed to the experience zones through the exit door at the back of the auditorium. Request the Tech Mahindra associates to please remain seated here. In the interest of maintaining the COVID protocols, We'll divide you into groups and you can visit the experience zones one by one. You can also collect your personalized NFT at the fun booth. Thank you, everyone.